Mistletoe.
Hi. I saw you drive up. You should see the look on your face.
Oh, I just, Oh, okay. Hi.
So Jack went all out. Apparently, he'll do anything to amuse our mother.
Mwah. What was that for? Yeah, I saw the sign out front.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. And, wow, the decorations, they are adorable. I just wanted to come by and see Dina before work.
Oh, and not me?
Of course, you too. I wanted to see how you were feeling after that meeting with Uncle Jack yesterday.
You call that a meeting? I call it verbal assault and battery. When it comes to leadership, you'd think that, it would be about what's best for Jabot. But that got very ugly very quickly. Oh, I'm sure you're used to that, though, right? How are things going with Victoria now that you decide to go back to Newman?
She stays out of my way, I stay out of hers. Everything is just peachy.
What about Scott?
What about him?
Must be nice to have an ally.
Scott's not my ally.
Really? After what the two of you went through, I just assumed.
But we survived being around each other because we had no choice. But now we do have a choice, and I stay away from him as much as possible. The last thing I want is Scott Granger in my face.
Trap me under the mistletoe, sneak a kiss and don't let go. Oh, 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 don't let go. Oh, oh, slip those mittens on my hands, unwind my scarf, come on and dance real slow. Oh, oh, real slow. Oh, oh.
I love that photo. You know, it belongs here with all the other ones, now that you've moved in.
You know how many holidays I spent overseas? Being home, surrounded by all this, just seems so
Corny.
warm, alive. This is the kind of home I wasn't sure I'd ever have, the kind of life I never thought I'd be able to find.
Well, you found it. And you might one day regret it.
No, you know what I think I need to do is just dive right in. So, first things first. What kind of household is this? Is it a eggnog or a mulled wine? And what carols do you sing? Oh, and logs.
Logs?
Yeah, I chop a mean set of firewood.
Really? I'm impressed.
I'm lying. I've never done any of that stuff, but I'm sure I'm capable of picking them up. And let me learn your customs.
Rule number 1. No reindeer sweaters. Ever. Under any circumstances.
Let's just pretend that these were never here.
You didn't.
Seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm a little bit out of holiday practice, so cut me some slack.
Wait, put those back right where they were here. Because I personally can't wait.
See, that's how lucky you are, Scott Granger. Even when you commit an unforgivable sin, that woman adores you.
That's exactly right. The design has a sheer overlay with the short... Yeah, oh yeah, of course, you can see the final sketch. Absolutely. The shoes definitely go with it. I just have to... Oh, you know what? I will scan it and send it to you right away. Great. Thank you. Oh, my God. This is why ready to wear is so much easier than custom. I mean, custom may pay well, but in the end, it's like, oh, all of the extra... Oh, seriously? Okay, whatever. I'll just email it. Is that my laptop?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, mine was destroyed in the fire at the club, so...
Right.
Do you need it?
No, in a sec. It's okay. So what are you working on? I haven't seen you this focused in a while.
It's because I haven't had something worth fighting for in a while.
I am very surprised that things are so scratchy between you and Scott. He gave you so much credit in his interview. He said how grateful he was for your focus and your strength. And it seemed like the experience really made an impact on him.
Okay, well, he's just trying to score some press for hashtag, and he's using my name to help his case. You know what? I need to tell him not to mention me again when he's trying to grab headlines.
Does this have to do with Victoria allowing you to walk away and then she kept Scott on?
No, God, no. I hated Scott way before that.
Okay, well, the two of you went through a very traumatic experience. Is that the problem? I mean, really, is it difficult for you to see him? Does it remind you of what happened in that storage unit, maybe?
That's exactly the problem.
I'm so sorry, Abby. I had no idea. It must be so difficult for you to have to work with him every day. You see him, and all you want to do is just get through the day.
I try not to think about that ordeal or Scott Granger at all. Ever.
I think it's nuts that anyone would want to tear up Chancellor Park and put in some condos. So I did some digging. I found the name of the real estate company who put in the bid. It's a shell company called Alco. Their proposed plans are all there online, but the problem is nobody knows what's going on. So I'm going to put the word out, make some noise, get the locals worked up on this issue. Let these developers know they got a fight on their hands. They should probably just back off.
This is all very David and Goliath, you know? You against the city that wants to sell. So this Alco. So this Alco wants to develop the land. So it would be you against these, like, massive entities. That's a lot for one person. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy.
Time and energy I'm not using in getting a new job?
No, that's okay. That's not what I meant.
Look, Chancellor Park was dedicated to Miss Chancellor. You know, it is the heart and soul of this city. It may take a lot of time, but I don't care. I feel like this is something I need to do.
Oh, it's a nice design.
You know, it might seem pointless, but if I'm not going to do this, then who will?
You're going to do it. My hero.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to go slay some dragons and put up a bunch of flyers.
Okay, well, you be safe. Come home to me.
I always do.
I have to warn you that things aren't going to get any easier with Jack. I mean, he's really digging his heels in. And we can only have one leader at Chabot. I need to know for sure that I've got your support, Abby.
Of course, yes. You don't even have to ask. So where is Uncle Jack?
Well, he made a point of taking an out-of-town meeting that I definitely could have handled, and he left me here to care for Mother.
And things aren't the same as that spa day, are they? I mean, Dina had her diagnosis, but we didn't know about it. We had manicures and facials, and Dina told us about all the guys that she dated. Things are different now.
They are. I don't know what Jack expects to happen, but I've made it clear to him, I think if it's not now, the time is coming that Mother's going to need full-time professional care.
Like a nursing home?
Well, I don't know, but those facilities are great for people that have her condition.
Mom, okay, look, I am with you 100% on the whole Jabot thing, but I gotta say, I am with Uncle Jack on this one. Mom, the disease, it hasn't taken full effect yet. There's still time. And what happens to Dina if you take her out of her home, away from everyone that she's familiar with?
This is a very difficult decision to have to make. But I would like to be able to have a conversation about the possibilities. Because we have to think about what's best for Dina, but also what's best for the people around her. It's clear that she's very comfortable here. She and Jack have gotten incredibly close.
And is that hard for you to watch?
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy to feel like an outsider. Not that I especially want to feel that way, but I can't get past the damage that's been done between Dina and me. I wish I could, but I can't.
Well, maybe Uncle Jack didn't leave Dina here with you to punish you. Maybe it was a gift. A day to spend together while you still have time. Make it count.
Talking about me again, ladies?
I mean, it's prime green space in the heart of town, and somebody wants to turn it into condos.
Well, clearly these developers are not local. It's some nameless, faceless corporation who have no idea how much the park means to this town.
We have to make sure they know they're not welcome.
You know, it wasn't that long ago. We had the same issue with Joe Clark, who was fronting for Victor. You know, they wanted to tear the entire warehouse district, but they didn't win then. And these people, they're not going to win this time.
That's what we need, people to get fired up. Chancellor Park is for families and town events. It's part of Catherine's legacy. It's a living memory.
Did you write that down?
No, should I?
Maybe you should, before you forget. You might have to give a speech.
All right, send it to myself right now.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, I thought I gave you enough coffee at home.
Maybe I didn't just come for the coffee.
Morning.
No, what's this?
Oh, well, Nick is fighting these developers who want to tear down the park for the sake of more high-rises. They're hiding behind an offshore shell company, of course.
It's time to get the word out.
Hey, maybe you could do a story for hashtag. You could really dig into this Alco. You know, clearly there's some behemoth who don't care at all about the environment or quality of life.
Is this your new passion project?
And Chelsea says it's like David fighting Goliath. I mean, I don't know about that, but I do think I'd make a pretty cool statue.
At least you're keeping your sense of humor about the whole thing. I've reported on a lot of stories like this, and one little guy against the local government and big business usually just doesn't really work out.
Oh, well, you don't mean that.
No, I'm just being realistic, that's all. You know, I don't want him to put in all the hard work with nothing to show for it.
Or maybe you're not interested because it's not exactly up there with, like, exposing a sex trafficking ring.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I kind of think you are.
You guys, can we stop this, please?
That's right. I gotta go anyway. I'm gonna go, fight my hopeless battle.
Where's my hot chocolate double with cream?
Hey. I was about to order it for you, all right, but you have to let it cool down because I know you don't like hot drinks.
Come on, when I was a kid, my taste buds have matured.
Sit down. You know I always have time for hot chocolate, right? And you, but not always in that order. So tell me, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Really? Nothing much? Okay. Look, if you don't want to talk to me, okay, because you're a teenager and teenagers don't like to talk to their dad, that's cool. But if you don't want to talk to me because you think I don't want to listen, and all I'm doing is thinking about Sam and work, then, mate, that's not the case. I care about you. I want to hear about you. Come on, tell me everything.
You know, they have these engineering kits aimed just for tweens, like build a catapult or suspension bridge. I was thinking maybe I'd buy a couple for Faith for Christmas. Maybe she and I could build them together.
Nice.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Why?
No, something's bugging you, I can tell. Did Nick say something?
No, actually, it was you.
Me? What did I do?
Well, you completely dismissed my idea about doing a story on the park, and that's nothing compared to the way that you dismissed Nick's entire mission. And I really have to wonder why. Maybe Nick's boring. You know, it's too small and too hometown. It's not dangerous or exciting like a war zone or human trafficking. You know, if it's not thrilling for you, then it isn't worth your time.
How did you get any of that from what I said? Because it's not true.
I think that Nick is showing his investment in this community, how he wants to protect it and our way of life. And that just doesn't register with you because you're all about writing a story, not fighting a fight.
So what I did, he did, you and I, with Crystal and all those other women, wasn't fighting a fight? Because I'm pretty sure it was. I mean, what Nick's doing is he's saving a park. Good for him. What I did is I at least think I saved a few actual human beings. So if you want me to be a little bit more like your ex, not going to happen.
Okay, so Jack is at an out-of-town meeting. It's just you and me. What would you like to do? Do you want to go to the spa? We could go to the movies.
Oh, the movies. That sounds wonderful. You can buy me a child-sized popcorn and hold my hand during the scary parts of the movie.
Mother.
Well, you are talking about babysitting me, aren't you?
Talking about spending some time together. But it would be nice.
Nice. Nice is banal, Ashley.
Okay, so, what would you like to do?
Be treated like an adult. Well, I can see where your priorities lie. Just go to work, Ashley. I don't want to be a burden.
Okay, look. No more work. Just me. And you. And we're gonna have fun. Even if it kills us.
Hey, did the plumbing explode again? You look miserable and or annoyed.
Delivery was late.
No. Try again. That was a lie. Not a very good one, so you can either try again or you can tell me the truth. It's up to you.
Scott isn't who I thought he was.
Whoa. That was extreme. What happened between reindeer sweaters and now?
Nick was here?
And what? Did Scott punch him? Or?
No, but it didn't help matters that I compared Nick to Scott.
Yeah, that never helps.
I know. Scott and I, we don't have the same priorities, whereas Nick, he just has all these wonderful qualities.
So does Scott. You told me yourself. And also, Scott hasn't broken your heart 6,000 times, so that's a plus for Scott.
No, I've hurt Nick too, so that's not the point. There's a reason that we've managed to stay close, because we share the same perspective in the community.
True, but you don't want Nick. You want Scott, and you have him.
What was I thinking, moving him into my house?
That you care about him and you want him to be part of the family?
Not so soon.
You fell hard.
Oh, I should have known better.
Known better than what?
To think that this could work. We're just very different people.
But that's exactly what you like about Scott. No, he's not anything like Dylan or Nick, but guess what? He's also not trying to save you. Because he doesn't see somebody who needs saving.
He does give me credit for being strong.
Because you are.
You know what? He never judges me, and nothing in my past ever scares him. But his priorities.
Okay, you keep saying that, and I'm not really sure what it means. I mean, he's covered refugees and human trafficking. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty
I just think that real life can't hold his attention because it's not dramatic enough. Whereas Nick, you know, he's so grounded. He fights the fight for the little guy.
Sharon, so does Scott. You've been happy with him, upbeat, hopeful. Those are big things. So whatever problem you think there is, please make sure that you're not making it up. Because what you and Scott have is good. Don't throw it away.
Morning.
Abby.
I have a meeting.
Hang on. Is your brother Nick some paragon of virtue?
What? Wait, what?
Sharon makes Nick sound like some down-home saint, since I'm clearly not.
No, you are not. But I am shocked that Sharon has already figured that out. Hey, what tipped her off? Wait, you didn't tell her about...
No, of course I didn't.
And you're not going to, are you?
We don't need to reiterate this every time we have a conversation.
Okay, but even when you're whispering, you sound pretentious and self-righteous.
Have you heard of a company called Alco?
Of course I have. It's a Newman entity. My dad created it for real estate deals. Why? It's been dormant for ages.
Nothing. I guess I saw it on some old paperwork when I was doing research, and that's why it sounded familiar.
Okay, are we done here? Because I have a meeting, and you need to spend your day trying to figure out how to convince Sharon that you're not a total jerk. Good luck with that.
What are you still doing here?
Sticking around in case you need to talk about Scott anymore.
I'll be fine. You can go.
I just don't know about that because, I don't know, I don't really feel comfortable leaving.
Got a sec?
Like I was saying, I'm late for work and I have to go. Bye.
I know you're mad.
I'm not mad.
I was a jerk earlier with Nick. I got, jealous. You have a lifetime of history with that guy, not to mention kids.
Well, Nick and I had our chance. We had many chances, and we couldn't make it work. I'm with you.
And I'm grateful. But I'm still irrational because I don't want to think about you with anyone else.
I can understand that.
And I don't want you to feel that I'm chasing drama, that I can't focus on things that hit close to home. I can. I do.
Of course you do. You know that sex trafficking story that started with Crystal's first phone call to the crisis line, and that was a lot closer to home than we even knew, and you let the world know.
I didn't get involved because of the world. I got involved because you were worried about that girl on the other end of that line. And what matters to you matters to me. And as a peace offering, I come bearing news. The shell company for the property developer is owned by none other than Nick's father.
Victor is Alco?
Yep, so tell Nick, but do me a favor and leave my name out of it, because I found out this information at work and I'd rather not get fired. I want to be able to buy a few more reindeer sweaters.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, Sharon, what's up?
Victor owns Alco.
I should have known. Dad hiding behind some shell company to turn a profit? Wants to tear our town apart. How'd you hear this?
From a customer. A very reliable one. But Nick, do me a favor. Be careful.
Ice skating? I mean, of all things, Mother, I thought you'd want to get a relaxing massage or a facial, but not ice skating.
Well, you only live once, darling.
What about the risk?
Oh, you mean like falling down and breaking a hip?
Yeah. Because it happens?
Well, I knew you'd be there. You'd never let me fall.
But ice skating? Why?
Well, I just thought I would recreate a little bit of history. Like when I took you skating for the first time.
You took me skating?
Yes.
No, I'd remember that.
Oh, yes, you insisted on skates for Christmas, which I got you. Private lessons, but you wanted to learn on your own. No teacher.
Was I really that stubborn? Oh, who am I kidding? Of course I was.
So I took you.
You took me?
Yeah.
I must have fallen 1,000 times.
Oh, you did. And you stood up 1,001. Oh, yes. Ashley Abbott was no quitter. And I was so proud.
And you remember that?
Yeah.
And I don't.
You should already have the financials for the audit if the request was made. No, I'm not saying that you didn't. All right, look, I will make sure that they're emailed to you. All the files. No, I understand. Thank you.
Where's Dad?
He's out of town, and I couldn't be more jealous. Hey, would you please hold all of my calls? Thank God.
Can you tell me where he is? I need to talk to him.
Wait a second. Since when are you speaking to Dad?
Since Alco has plans to pave over Chancellor Park for condos, and having just discovered that Alco is a shell company of Newman Enterprises, I thought I would come straight to the source. Did you already know about this?
Where did you get this information?
That's not important. What is important is that this has all the typical signs of a shady move right out of the Newman playbook. I mean, do you remember when Dad tried to bulldoze the downtown warehouse district?
Businesses always use shell companies to keep a low profile so they don't get shaken down during negotiations. It's standard operating procedures to keep costs down.
And he also won't get called out for a sleazy move, and you're clearly standing right beside him. I mean, to hell with the town, right? Let's make a buck. Vic, is this why you came back to Newman? So everyone can see that you're just as bad as he is?
Well, my history teacher's crazy, but in a good way. He brings his guitar Friday, and we have jam sessions, but the songs have to reference historical events.
Okay, hang on a sec. I'm paying for this tuition, is that right?
Shouldn't have brought it up then.
I dig it. This is cool.
He was in a band, too, in college, like way back in the 90s.
Whoa, like way back in the 90s, huh? This guy must be ancient. I'm surprised his joints still work. You got like a...
Remember when Maddie and I, we'd beg you to give us whipped cream mustaches?
Yeah, and you remember when I would like spray it all over your faces?
Maddie always liked hers first, but me, I was a Zen master.
You do realize Zen Master, that was her trick to get like double the whipped cream, right?
No way.
Yeah, way.
Man, she was always so smart.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, hey, she's all grown up, and she's not like that anymore, huh?
Look, Dad, Maddie's weird. It's all about Reed, school. It's not about you.
Yeah, mate, but you know what? It is kind of my fault, and, I just have to accept the fact that she hasn't forgiven me.
I can't believe that you got that information as fast as you did. I didn't even realize that you were listening when Nick was talking or that you were willing to help.
Well, let me be clear. I didn't do this to help Nick. This was all about you. No one else. Anything else I can do to earn your gratitude?
Let me think about it.
Do you ever stop to consider how lucky you are? You know, you live in a big house. You have a huge backyard, enough room for Katie and Johnny to run around in. But for a lot of people in this community, that park is their backyard. They have picnics there and soccer games, and this town has been paved over enough already.
Yes, it's a beautiful park.
Yes, it is. It's very beautiful. And it's been dedicated to Catherine Chancellor, who your daughter was named after.
I'm aware of that. If you think I'm such a terrible person, then why are you wasting your time on me, Nick?
Vic, just tell me, did you know about this development from the beginning?
I'm aware that Newman sent a proposal, but it was underway before I came back.
Why didn't you just in there?
What's a prime indicator of economic growth? Construction and home sales. This development will create jobs, it will help the local economy, it will ease the stress on the housing market.
Please. So what, that's going to be considered a hero for cutting down a bunch of trees and ripping up grass?
It's very tasteful and very classy. And it will still honor Catherine. I've seen the plan for green space bearing her name. Dad was insistent upon it.
It didn't take you to dive back into this place, huh? It's like Dad's words in your voice, but I guess that was the point in coming back. That's fine, trust me, it's fine. All you're doing is reminding me that I made the right decision when I walked away from all this. It's my nanny, hold on. Hey, Monique, what's up? What? Okay, just tell him I'm on my way. Okay, bye. Christian fell at his toddler gym. I gotta go.
So how's Sam?
He's good. He's a fighter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got any new pictures of him?
Yeah, I do actually. Here, I'll show you. Okay. There you go. Huh? Yeah, the doctors say he should be home by Christmas.
Seriously?
Seriously.
That's awesome.
And Nessa's excited, you know, she's... Yeah, not that he's gonna know, but, you know, it's cool.
Well, Sam's first Christmas home.
Yep.
It's our first Christmas where we won't be together. Look, I'm not saying it's his fault.
Man, I know that you want things the way they used to be, okay? But, you know, we have to be realistic about this and just respect the fact that your mom's moved on.
Well, you and Sam are gonna have some company on the big day. Me.
Okay. All right, listen. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me, okay? But the problem is you got your mom and you got Maddie.
Look,
and
I have to respect their decisions. They're gonna have to respect mine.
I remember skating with Jack and Tracy and Dad, but with you, I just don't recall.
Well, because it only happened once. But when those special days do happen, you don't realize then just how special they are. At least I never did.
I think all parents feel that way. I've had moments like that with Abby. You don't realize that they're not going to come around again.
Don't be so kind, dear. I was never there for my children. Especially you.
You're here now, right? And you were there when I learned to skate. Yes, and you remember, and I don't.
Oh, you were so determined. You were so stubborn, too. And I knew then that you would always triumph.
Well, let's be honest, not always.
Yes, always. I was proud of you then, and I'm proud of you now.
Thank you. And today will be a day that I definitely remember.
Oh, it certainly will be. And you know what's up next? Pole dancing.
Hey, where's Christian?
Oh, look, it's just his ankle. It's not his head, so no concussion.
How did this happen? That gym is padded. What was it, a miniature beam or something?
I talked to Monique. I guess the kids were just being a bunch of maniacs. Christian must have zigged when he should have zagged. I'm sorry if I scared you.
No, I'm not scared.
Just terrified?
I can't help it. He's my...
Yeah, he's your live-in boyfriend's son. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
I love him. If anything ever happened to one of the boys or to you,
Good news. Nothing's broken, just a sprain. Christian's getting stickers from the nurse. You can take your son home soon.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Did you hear that? We can take our son home.
He's fine.
Thank goodness. I was worried when you took off like that.
He's upstairs, kicking it in his bed, ankle elevated, enjoying the stickers he got from the hospital.
And loving the attention.
Yeah, I'm really glad it wasn't too serious.
If only everything were that easy to deal with.
I know you're upset about the park,
It's Catherine's park.
but you're making it too personal. I mean, would you really be digging in your heels if the developer was anyone but Newman?
Chelsea will tell you I was against this before I found out Dad was involved. This isn't about family. This is about Catherine and her legacy and a very crucial part of our town. Do we really need more concrete and glass and noise and traffic, and for what? So Newman can turn even more profit?
Nick, your point isn't lost on me. Truly, it's not. And I'm very proud of you for fighting for what you believe in. But yes, making a profit is important to me and to Newman Enterprises. That's my job. And what you call noise, I call progress. Jobs, salaries. It's not my mission to just make money. It's to employ as many people as possible and pour millions back into our local and our national economy. Look, Catherine was a very smart and savvy businesswoman. I think she would approve of this development, especially because it's being named after her.
Okay, well, just know, I'm going to fight you and Dad on this all the way.
All right, well, why don't you just admit it then? That's the driving force behind this. You don't care about the park. You just want to fight me and Dad on this. And why? So you can just tick him off even more?
I don't give a damn about ticking Dad off. But honestly, if it happens, I'll consider that a bonus.
You're insatiable.
I want what I want. That's what you're here for. Mariah.
We were just talking about making Christmas cookies.
Yeah, they're my weakness. He was just getting me some.
Is this what dying feels like?
I'm gonna get a shirt on.
We really were just talking about... Never mind.
I'm just gonna take a guess here. Could be wrong, but I'm thinking that you guys have made up.
We did. Scott is wonderful, and I had just let fear take over.
So you're happy again.
Very.
Okay, but is this afterglow happy, or is this you guys are solid, long-term happy?
The second one. Promise. Scott is sweet and decent and honest. He'll never let me down, and he will never hurt me.
Poor little man is down for the count, and it's so cute. Connor is napping right beside him.
Brotherly solidarity. So, how you doing? You were pretty brave at the hospital.
Brave. Now you're just being patronizing.
Hey, you were a little freaked out, but you muscled through. That's brave to me.
Of course, I mean, I hate when anything happens to the kids.
You love them. And they love you. You are the only mother that Christian will ever remember.
I'm lucky to have him in my life. I know that, and I would never, ever try to take Sage's place.
Yeah, just like I would never try to replace Adam with his son. Those Rugrats upstairs, yeah, they're cousins, but they're growing up as brothers. That's why I will fight my dad or anyone else who tries to trash our town for some money. Because our kids, all kids, they deserve better.
Next on the agenda, hot toddies. Perfect.
This was really a good day, wasn't it?
Oh, it was lovely. Just lovely.
I know it's kind of trite, but it's true. It's never too late to make good memories.
Memories? What memories?
Ice skating. You were holding my arm and we were ice skating.
I loathe ice skating. That's ridiculous. I would never waste my time on something like that.
Next on The Young and the Restless.
I'm giving my notice.
You're leaving me?
You could use some of the money she left you to purchase the park and leave it as is.
There's going to be a battle about this. Not only will you lose, but you'll lose big.